Okay, welcome to Love Audio's YouTube channel. My name is Paul Webber. Great to have you along this evening, this afternoon, this night, this morning, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are listening and watching this around the world. Please do let us know, especially if you're new here, let us know in the comments as well. Now, what is Love Audio production all about? In this sense, it is a safe, fun, friendly, and hopefully informative platform where you can learn the basics in audio production. So if you're on board with that, give the video a nice thumbs up. And let's get going. Love Audio! Now, as you probably gathered from the thumbnail that I published a little earlier on, we are not having drinks tonight, unfortunately. But yeah, MAI TAI is a piece of software that's built into the Presonus Studio One 5.5 Pro DAW software. Which is pretty cool. Rich Vibes in the house saying hello, Paul. Hello, Ina. Hello to you, Rich, as well. Let's go hello, Rich, and type that up as well. That's cool. So, yeah, hi to Ina, and also hi to Whip Profit, otherwise known as Hugh Demand, which is in the house currently. So thank you very much. He's hanging around for a little while. Let me just swap over my screens so that you can see what's going on. I'm just launching a new instance of Presonus Studio One 5.5 Pro, so you can see that. Let me just move on to that screen there, and we should have that in view. There we go. Okay, brilliant. Good stuff. We've also got this particular view tonight, so you can see kind of backside. We can see my backside, but what I mean is you can see backstage, as it were, and the good old trusty ironing board from the Sunday streams on my Ironing Man Paul stream. Is why that's there. In fact, I will move that a little later on. But anyway, let's get over to this, because this is the more important thing. So this is the song that I put together. You may recognize the song if I go to DAW mode. In fact, what I'm going to do is show you what happens in DAW mode in a few short moments' time, because I think that's quite interesting from a point of view that if you've not used DAW mode before, if you have the Studio Live 32SC professional mixing system that I do here underneath the camera, then it's often a great idea to kind of show you how that works, and then show you a multi-track system coming up on the desk as well. So just wanted to show you this first of all. So this is the song, and you'll recognize the song probably if you've been on the streams before. It's on a couple of my other videos as well. It's not easy when you fall in love. Let me know if that volume's okay, won't you? It should be okay. It's not too bad currently. It's not easy when you fall in love. So that's that, and what I'm going to be doing is bringing in the separate camera angle from the phone, which is just behind us on that stand, on the little round stand that's normally a ring light, which I normally have in front of me, but I'm not using that tonight. I'm using the big overhead lights. But that's fine. So I want you to see the desk as well, okay? So what we're going to do is bring that over. Without disturbing, hopefully, everything that's going on. And if I go to NDI, that will automatically give you an overshot of the desk itself. So that's the desk that we're currently using. Hang on, let's get the angle right for you. There we go. So this is the Studio Live 32SC digital console made by Presonus. That's the touch screen that we've featured on previous streams as well. And currently I'm using the user setting, and that brings up the first few faders that I need, other than, you know, opening up 32 channels, which I really don't need. I only use kind of the first 5 or 6. So here's what happens when this particular song, which is on the screen right now, goes into DAW mode on the desk. So DAW mode button is just there, this green one here on the Presonus Studio Live. When I press it, it's going to show you what happens to the faders. So automatically they now mirror the mixing console that's on the screen right now. So if I do that and kind of give you a wider angle if you like. So when I kind of move the fader here, let's have a look, just about there, you can see that that's moving on the screen on my left of the screen that you're watching right now, okay? That's that. And so that means that everything is connected via an Ethernet cable into the network itself. So not only is the PC networked, which is that one, but the mixing desk is networked as well. So they both kind of communicate with each other rather, down the Ethernet cable, which is pretty cool, I think. Anyway, okay, so that's the mixing desk. I'm going to put us back on an even keel over here somewhere. So you can see the stage area as it goes along. There you go. That's kind of all right. Let's move it over a bit. There we go. Okay. There you go. Perfect. Okay. So that's all cool. Let's get back to this screen here first of all, and then we'll go to this one, which is the pip, of course, showing the song itself. So I'm going to get rid of the mixer. But what I wanted to do this evening, of course, was to highlight the synthesizer called MAI TAI. Now, this is built into the software Presonus Studio Live 5. I keep saying that, don't I? Presonus Studio One 5.5 Pro. Okay, there we go. So this is MAI TAI, and it's quite a detailed synth. Currently, we've got the synth playing there, the bass synth, okay, which is what's playing currently. So. And it's a monophonic synth, so therefore if I play multiple keys at once, it will only play one key. That's a monophonic synth. It has got some modulation on it, and it's got some delay, a slight delay on it as well, and some reverb as well, okay? So that's just a little bit, not a great deal on there. So what you can hear is pretty much as it is. That's a chorus. We'll leave it on flanger, so that's the flanger there, so. Tends to detune it a bit, so I'm going to keep it on phaser, which is quite a good sound. So what you'll hear on the desk, let me just get rid of that for you. What you'll hear on the song is that coming in through one of the channels. So give me 2 seconds while I set that up for you. It's not easy when you fall in love. So I've soloed that on the desk, so all you're hearing now is that bass. Obviously there's a break there currently, but you get the idea, and it will kick back in just now. So that's the bass note we've got for MAI TAI currently, which is a beautiful, rich kind of sound, rich, nice bass sound that's coming through there. My badly playing MIDI keyboard skills. That's where the verse is coming in there. And then you've got it finally on there as well. So I want to make sure it's on this bit as well, because I'm listening to the song earlier on and I didn't hear the bass coming in too much. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy when you fall in love. Fall in love. It's not easy when you fall in love. So by adjusting the faders on the desk itself, I can control the mix. Then you've got that breakdown there, of course, which is that one in the middle. Take the drums out completely. Solo the vocals. First, I wanted you to know I never let you go. But it was clear right from the start. You never shared the same feelings that I gave. Might as well depart. It's not easy when you fall in love. It's not easy when you fall in love. There you go, nice bit of a delay on there as well. So yeah, that's kind of the first of all, the bass note that I've got programmed into MAI TAI currently. Now, obviously, we're going to play around with some of the sounds on here. So we're going to do that right now. So we'll dive back into the software again, and this time I'll better show you the MAI TAI software. So we're going to bring that up, and we're going to be changing this completely, but obviously I want to make sure that I save bass simply stereoid, because that's the preset that this particular sound is coming from. So like that, okay? So you get the idea that that's doing what it's doing, which is fantastic. So what we're going to do is literally go through some of these sounds. So obviously there's different sections like bass, for instance. If we go right back up to the top there, you'll see that the bass folder is currently open, and there are tons and tons of different basses that we could have used, okay? But the one, as I said before, is called simply stereoid, which is that one there, okay? We could go for bass square pusher, return the song to the beginning and play that. And we're soloing the bass now, so all you're hearing is that bass. Which is not a bad kind of bass note, really, to be fair. Okay. Stingray, for instance, is this one. Which is a bit kind of more staccato. It's more chopped off, if you like. Which is fine. We're not going to be using that one. So anyway, just giving you and for those that are Star Wars fans in the house, and I know there might be some of them coming in a little bit later on, but certainly Dark Lord of Synth is on here as well. Now we really have to try that, don't we? It would be remiss of us not to try Dark Lord of Synth on as the bass note for this. Let's have a listen to that. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Lovely. I'd like to hear that in the round. So have a listen to this. This is me playing the keyboard now. So that's pretty mean, isn't it? It's pretty mean, pretty fat. And you could use that as a drone, you know, if you were trying to do your own drone. It's quite annoying because it's quite high up, isn't it? You can change the character of these, of course. You can do filters and all sorts of stuff on here, on the synth itself, but... Emperor's theme, please. Sadly, Rich, I am no musician, so I don't profess to be able to play anything like that. So let's go with Low Candy. This is the next one. Okay, that's different again. Wow. Pretty cool. Like I say, there are tons and tons of basses that we could use. 80s funk bass, for instance, sounds like... And it does sound like an 80s bass, to be fair, so that's pretty cool. 80s up, down. Let's have a listen to that. 80s up, down. And that's because it's using 2 octaves, one further up and one lower down. So, and this is not a polyphonic bass. Sorry, a monophonic bass. If you listen to this, I can play more than one note at the same time. So. Kind of thing. So it does play more than one note at a time. Just that some of the bass notes, some of the bass presets rather, will be monophonic, which is absolutely fine. Just understand that. Bass candle blower. No idea what this is going to sound like. So yeah, I guess that would certainly blow out a candle if the candle was right next to the bass speaker, wouldn't it? To be fair. Oh, there we go. Some sub bass for you. That'll rattle your sub bass bins or your Look at that. That's clearing out the wax in my ears, to be fair. That's really, really deep. I don't know how it translates to whatever you're watching us on, but yeah, certainly that's just kind of sub and then some, isn't it? That's brilliant. I love that. That's what it sounds like higher up. Ooh. God, that's deep. Okay, so like I said, there's plenty on there. We're not going to investigate all of those. There are tons of presets on here. So if you go to Bell, for instance, Belladonna is the first one we're going to stumble across. So really crisp, clean bell sound coming from that particular preset. Nice. DX7. Now, this is going to mimic the DX7 synth that was out in the 80s and 90s. So, not bad at all. Dump Bell. It's going to sound different if you press the keys in a different way. So do it really gently and you just get that kind of thump sound. But if I play it hard, you're going to get that really sharp, shrill. Very nice. Dynabell is the next one on there. Not bad at all. Really good sounds on here. Glass Up. So that's going to be like an arpeggiator, I guess. It's quite sharp, isn't it? So Music Box is the next one. So if you were doing something that was trying to replicate a kind of, toy music box or something, you could do that kind of thing, couldn't you? Which is pretty cool. Rezo Bell. So that's you can hear the FM sounds coming in there as well, can't you? But where are we? DAW. There we go. So I don't want so much gate on there. I'm going to just take the gate off. The gate's working quite hard on the DAW out, so didn't want it to come through and kind of mask everything that's going on. It's quite nice. Stereotic, it says. Yeah, not too bad at all. So anyway, that's the kind of bell section. Underneath that, you've got chord sounds, chord preview I've got here. I have no idea what this does. Let's have a listen. Pretty basic, and to be fair. Yeah, so no idea what that does. And believe it or not, we did drums last week, okay? This has even got bass drums on here, so you've got synth bass on here, so... bass drum plays C. Okay, so you got boo. Many an 80s and 70s, well, even 70s, yeah, but mainly 80s kind of disco songs. So this, and even today, some of the songs that you hear nowadays are replicating that kind of that sound, aren't they? Which is cool. Bass drum soft. Ooh, that's nice on lower C. Bit kind of thumpy down there with a lot of sub bass going on. So Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Hi-hat. Yeah. This sounds like crickets. Sounds like crickets. Laser rattle, okay. Oh, oh yeah. I like that. That's pretty cool, isn't it? There's a lot going on in that. Very good. I'm liking the sounds. Do drop a comment in there. Cutting Edge TV is in. Thank you very much indeed, Mario, for joining. Hope you are well this evening. Hi to Rich as well. Hi to Ina and also to Wit. Yeah, just watching the MAI TAI demonstration here on the Presonus Studio One 5.5. We're just Doctor Who. Liking that. Liking that. Hours of fun, right? So these are the drums that we're looking at currently. There's a laser rattle. This is an alien snare, apparently. Sounds like an alien fart, to be quite honest with you. But listen, sorry about that. Beg your pardon. So that's wherever I'm playing that on the keyboard is pretty much the same note. Yeah, not going to use that one. This one is called Underwater Bongo. Yeah, I can see where that's coming from. So if you were trying to recreate, you know, I've done a commercial once as well where I had to kind of recreate water raining out of the sky, seeping through the ground, finding a stream underground, coming up through a, you know, like a geyser, whatever you want to call it, and then... But that reminds me of when I went deep sea diving off the coast of Hurghada in Egypt. It's like that's the noise you get in your ears as you go deeper. But that could come in useful if you're doing some, you know, kind of soundscape stuff. Pretty cool. I'll just release that as like an hour-long ASMR track or something like that. Anyway, that's the drums. You've got effects on here as well. Bad Ben. This has got to be something like Big Ben, hasn't it? So... Oh dear. I can't even play it in tune. 60s sci-fi? It's just, you know, endless possibilities with this. Pretty cool. And here's an alien alert. Again, pretty cool. Binaural alpha. This should be nice. That's going to do your head in, isn't it? I sleep to that stuff, but it's got to be musically, you know, creative. Like, not just a drone like that. That would drive me nuts. Anyway, cinema experience. This is good. Have a listen to this. Ready? You ready for this? Here we go. Wow. I think they were trying to recreate that, God, I can't remember the logo. It's got like, is it something like TX or something like that? It's like one of the creators of the films has that kind of, and the logo spins around. You know when you're at the cinema? I can't remember what they called it, but anyway, that's what it reminds me of. Digital River. Yeah, fair enough. Drop on C. Nice. Drunken sine dance. Now, the difference between a sine wave and a square wave, if you've not come across that before, a square wave is literally like that kind of shape. And a sine wave goes like this, okay? So a sine wave... That's not it, is it? Let's try this. There you go. So that's meant to be a sine wave, a drunken sine dance. Nice. This one's called Firewire. Wow, sounds like it's saying Firewire. Hang on. I'm not doing that. It's just that's what the sound it's making on the synth. So it's got some movement to it, which is pretty cool. Gate Trio. No idea what that is. Oh yeah. That's got some beat to it. Nice. Actually, I like that. That's quite good. Landing, for instance. Notre Dame. Or Notre Dame, it says, actually, to be fair. Oh, great. Actually, it's like... Ladies and gentlemen, the train now arriving on platform 4 will be calling at... Yeah, you know, you get the idea. Outer Rims, it's got to be kind of spacey, isn't it? Yeah. Interstellar. Sample and Wobble, here we go. Very good. Vobble A-I-A-J, it says here. Vobble A-I-A-J. I kid you not. Here we go. Nice. Vobble O-I-O. Yeah, okay, get that. Water Cave. This will be a nice one. Hang on. There we go. Let's try this. So I could have used that in my commercial when I was trying to get the water to come up through the ground and everything. That would have been perfect, wouldn't it? Zap Drill. Pretty cool. Long FX Sweep. Here we go. And if you're listening in stereo, that will be doing this in your head. Nice. Okay. MAI Hoover. M-A-I Hoover, this is called. Roswell's Love Song. Okay, fine. Had to be, didn't it? Welcome back. No idea. And they've got a section here called Heavy Artillery. Now, I must warn you that this stuff is pretty heavy. And this would be the kind of stuff that that my sons would love to play, because they do kind of drum and bass stuff. And this would be... Ready? That kind of really heavy stuff. Air bass, for instance. Banshee breath. Bass alarm. So it's really kind of heavy stuff. Bass pulse mod wheel. Yeah, okay. Bass pulse 2. Good grief! That's like the screech of the dinosaurs, isn't it, on Jurassic Park? Like, maybe not. It's a bit musical for that, isn't it? But you get the idea. Bass pulse 3. Pretty good. Bass pulse 6. That's good. Broke. Oh. Broken. Bugs in your ears. Get ready for this, guys. Oh, is that it? It's got some undertones going on in the sub-regions as well. Call the Cops. Here's a good one. How's that? Quick! Do not adjust your sets. Yeah, all right. Chirp bass. Tons and tons of stuff on there. Heavy artillery, that is. Now, you're looking at lead, then we're back to musically doing... You get the idea. I haven't played that for a while. Thank God, he says. Thank God. Drop hands up. What's this? Have a listen. Here we go. No idea. Just Jance or Just Dance? Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so this would be the... You know, the one, the Colby Adonis one with Lady Gaga? That's the same kind of sound, and they've got to change the name, obviously. So Dust Jance, it's called. Hammer lead. Hipstortion, probably. Ashes. Born in Gallifrey. Oh, okay. So here's the thing. So when I'm moving from key to key, if I just do one tap at a time, it's like... But if I hold the keys down, have a listen. So it's got that kind of glissando between the notes, which is cool. But if I play them individually, it's like... I don't read music. I'm just playing this by ear, guys. All right. Classic module. Yeah, okay. Monofunk. Desert sand. Yeah, never mind. English cabinet. I'm changing that with the mod wheel as well, so... Pitch bend. Oh dear, hours of fun. Flambone. Yeah, come on. Fair play, not bad. Jump and down. This is a lead again. Okay, pretty powerful. Minato. This is a sine wave. It says noisy sine wave because it's got some got a little bit of hiss behind it, which is kind of white noise they put with it as well. And again, this is a monophonic synth, so it's not playing multiple instruments, multiple keys at once, rather. So. Recognize that? Right, Old Spice. Don't know why that is connected to Old Spice. I never remember the Old Spice adverts having a synth in it like that. Never mind. Patina Pulse, this is called. So this is monophonic. This is polyphonic, so it's playing more than one note at once. Okay. Not a bad sound, I like that. Sad Lake. Yeah. Pretty cool. So that's the lead section. We're going to go over those. There's thousands. Pads. Now, if you've never experienced a pad will be a chord played like that, for instance, you know, but you know, kind of softer, if you will. So that's a bliss pad, but a blade pad as well. So a bit like Blade Runner, I think they're trying to recreate there. Chill wave pad, which is nice. Anthem 1, okay. Oh, come on. It's there, it's in the background. It is there, trust me. So you're going to get that first hit and then you don't get very much at all, do you, after that? Okay. B. Jones. Something in the background. It's like a synth noise, like a, you know, whatever it's called. Carpet Long Hair, this next one. Yeah, it works, doesn't it? Dark pad, that's going to be kind of... Wait to watch this back. By the way, if you just joined us, we are playing with the we're playing with the synth sounds of the MAI TAI, which of course we did on the thumbnail earlier on. So you know, fancy a MAI TAI was the heading that I threw up there earlier, of course, and this is the software that we're using. So yeah, Presonus Studio 1 5.5. By the way, if you've just joined the channel and you like what you hear and see and everything else, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the bell icon as well. That'll remind you when we go live next, which is generally 8 p.m. every Monday night, UK time, GMT. That's going to change clearly because of the time zone difference and everything else. Because I think American clocks go forward this weekend, whereas ours waits 2 weeks to catch up. and then it's, you know, it's back into line again, I guess. I don't know how that works. So yeah, like I say, make sure you click the bell icon, and that'll let you know when we go live. So you get a reminder anyway into your inbox, which is pretty cool. Okay. And for those of you that like tech, we've got the rear shot here. This is the studio that I'm kind of working on. So it's a stand-up desk. The bottom desk came from an old news booth up in Bristol, and so that was pretty handy. So I put that together. Some rack-mounted stuff down here from Behringer, and that's a Behringer preamp, which is currently off. It's not being doing any of the business with the microphones. The microphone here, by the way, is the C1. There we go. That's the Behringer C1 microphone that you're hearing right now. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And you can find that on my Love Audio Bits website, which is, I believe, that one. There we go. Yeah, that works. Okay, so loveaudiobits.co.uk. You can find that microphone on there for a sale price of £31. Can you believe that? This beautiful microphone that I'm using right now, it's 31, but it doesn't come with this big white. I'm not going to take it off, but you get the idea. It doesn't come with that, okay? But as long as you've got like a, what do you call it? A pop shield in front of it, like a pop shield to stop the popping, then that'll stop all those plosives coming through to the microphone. But you get the idea, don't you? That's pretty cool. If you were looking for merchandise, by the way, the t-shirt I'm currently modeling is the I Love Audio t-shirt. I love audio. And if you want to tell people that you do love audio, then get yourself over to loveaudiosmerchstore.com, and you'll find the t-shirts on there. Pretty reasonably priced. And mugs on there as well, if you want to get a different coloured mug or whatever. Lots of different coloured backgrounds and stuff for the t-shirts and the mugs. So get yourself over to loveaudiosmerchstore.com and find out what that's all about. My other website, of course, is loveaudio.co.uk, and you can reach me anytime by emailing me at hello@loveaudio.co.uk. That's hello@loveaudio.co.uk. Right, back to this particular thing that we're messing around with, because I want to get back to, and this is the kind of pads that was trying to allude to just now. So pads are kind of more softer sound, which is cool, and you'll find a lot of that in a lot of pop stuff currently. Polyphonic synth, because there's tons on there as well. I'm not going to go through all of those. There are literally near on 100 there to choose from, so I'm not going to bother with that. Strings is exactly what it says. So Jean-Michel strings, for instance, would be, which I really don't think sound like strings. Choral strings would be, they're a bit too plucky for me. So yeah, strings for my liking would be more kind of gentle. Not that. That's Downtown Funk, it says. Rising Mod. No. Again, not very stringy. Softly Clouds. Now then. But you can tell it's a synth. It's not like it's a string sound. We'll look at a different instrument next week, which will give you some beautiful sounding strings, let me tell you. You know, that kind of thing. It's not too bad. Strings Spicalog, it says. Again, very plucky kind of sound. And we've got some modulation delays and that, and reverb on that as well. Tomita strings, it says here. Now that's more like a string sound. More kind of orchestral, do you know what I mean? Just messing about, guys. Just messing about. Sleep well. So there you go. So we've explored the MAI TAI sounds. I want to get back to that bass that we had earlier on, which, if you remember, was called, what was it called, guys? Simply Stereoid. And that's the bass note that's in the song that goes like this. It's not easy when you fall in love. It's not easy when you fall in love. And yes, it was me singing on this, by the way. It's not easy when you fall in love. First, I wanted you to know I never let you go. So you can see the synth playing along to the MIDI notes there, look. From the start, you never shared the same feelings that I gave. Might as well depart. It's the break, that bit there. I'm pointing to the screen like you can see it. It's not easy when you fall in love. It's not easy when you fall in love. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy when you fall in love. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy when you fall in love. So now you know where I feel, but your heart is made of steel, and you don't feel the same. We're wanting different things, that I know is true, and it's all because of you, of you, of you, of you. It's not easy when you fall in love. It's not easy when you fall in. Yes, it probably is a bot. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy when you fall in love. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy when you fall in love. Nice. Wow. Okay. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed tonight. Look at that. This particular bot has got emojis going on left, right, and center. Rich, we're gonna have to jump on that. And in fact, let's see if I can do it. Hang on. Let's remove. Let's put. Let's hide user. There we go. So I've hidden user on this message board. So that should be fine. I'm gonna report that. Unwanted commercial content or spam. Report. Cheeky mare. Thanks, we've got received blah, 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 blah. I click OK. Fine. OK, good. So I've hidden them so they shouldn't come back on. Fingers crossed. Rich, that was a bit mad, wasn't it? A bit crazy. Thanks to, thanks to so-and-so HDXYZ. Brilliant. Online strips without clothing. I'd like to see that happen, wouldn't you? Not really, no. This is a clean channel. Trying to maintain some standards here. Come on, guys. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed the little explanation of what we're doing tonight, of course, which is the MAI TAI. My fault for putting MAI TAI in the description, right? You're bound to get problems. But yeah, so this has been the MAI TAI demonstration there. So that's the MAI TAI software, which is a synth that we've been trying out tonight. Like I say, I'm going to look at the next one. In fact, if I close that down, we'll go to the browse window. And if I go to this one here, we'll see different instruments here. So Mojito, let me tell you, we looked at Impact last week. Impact is this top one here, which looks like a kind of a push button thing. So we looked at that for drums. MAI TAI is the synth we've just explored. Mojito and Presence are two fantastic synths, which we'll take a look at next week. So Mojito is, let's have a look here. Well, Rich says you already showed us your backside earlier. Yeah, what do you mean this version? Luckily, it's been, you know, it's fine. It's covered over, and that bot is still coming in with some stuff, Rich. So I don't know what we're going to do about that. To be fair, anyway, we'll try not to let it distract us. That's the point. So going back to this one, I was going to show you that Mojito. We haven't got an instance of Mojito open, have we? Let me think. Hang on a second. I don't want to go and ruin what I've already got on there. So I could bring it onto a different track. Let's see if we can do that. Let's add a track, an instrument track. Okay. Where's it put it? There. Okay, brilliant. So we're going to drag Mojito onto that track, and so we can hear what this plays like. So this is going to be very much a mono, very basic synth. That's the default setting. So let's go to some Acid Dreams. I wonder why they call them after cocktails. So you've got Mai Tai, you've got Mojito. Yeah, okay. So that's that. You've got bass lead. That's quite fat, isn't it? I like that. Let me just bring that up so you can see me as well. So this is the software that I've just loaded in. It's called Mojito. Okay, bring that down to here so you can center a screen. And if we wanted to swap to Mai Tai, that's fine. We can do that as well. Look. But we're now looking at that. Yeah. And there's plenty more on here as well. Hang on, bass head. Here we go. So. Bow wow. Buzzing. Cheap home organ. Yep. Classic substra bass. Clavinet. And it's a mono synth as well, as you can probably tell. Wow, I like that. Nice. Demo scene. Dinky Mold, drive-in, drum and bass. Drunken Saw. Grief, that's sharp. Dusty drum. Wow. Yeah. Tons of stuff on there. Spaceship alert. Didn't we hear that before? No, it's different. Plastic tube. Transformator. Again, yeah, so we were going to look at this next week. We're not going to do that. We're going to look at the other synth, which is infinitely better. So let me get rid of that. Hang on a second. So let's go remove. So we've removed that from our section. We've got Mai Tai here now, which is pretty cool. Okay. We haven't got it enabled on this particular track, which is fine, but it is further up in our section there, which is cool. So let's get rid of that. But what we are going to look at next week is Presence. Now, Presence is a really good synth. I'm going to drag that onto there. No program currently, so nothing's playing. Let's do the drop-down menu here. And again, let's look at the very briefly. And I'm jumping ahead of time and just giving you a preview as to what we're looking at next week. So, for instance, if I was looking at violins, okay, violin full. This is the beautiful sound of the Presence synth that comes built in to Presonus Studio One 5.5. Okay, and this is the violin sound. And at the bottom of the keyboard, you can't see this. Let me switch to this right now. On the bottom section here, whether you can see those red lines moving. Now this is articulation. So for instance, we start with this. Normal violins. And if I go to here, you get that kind of vibrato thing going on, which is pretty cool. If I go to this one, It's just a single kind of strum, not a strum, but like a single stroke of the bow across the violin. So, and again, the harder I stroke the keys on the keyboard, the more volume you're going to get out of that particular note. So that's really quiet. If I go to the next one along, that's literally somebody plucking the violin strings. And these have all been sampled from proper instruments and recorded every single note and every nuance that you can possibly think of. If I go to the next one, it's... If I do it properly with the strings in. Like an orchestra tuning up. Maybe not. So you can change the tension. You don't believe I'm playing this, look. So I told you I can't play music. I can play it by ear, but it's really painful to get all the way down there. Ha ha! Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Beautiful sound. So yeah, we're going to be exploring that more in depth next week. There are tons of different presets on here. Again, looking at this, you've got like violins, violas, solina, contrabass, cellos, all sorts of things. You've got synth session as well. You've got vintage keyboards. You've got Voodoo One synths on their own, which is pretty cool. You've got voiceover stuff like a choir. That's pretty amazing to listen to as well. And you've got wind instruments as well, such as alto sax. In fact, let me just give you a sax, right? Let's go soprano sax. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. Are you ready? Here we go. This, ladies and gentlemen, is me attempting the... Pretty realistic, I think, for for a synth. It's pretty cool. So look here, so you've got soprano sax. You've even got a harmonica. You've got a concert flute on there, a clarinet, and a baritone sax and alto sax as well. So let's try the baritone sax growl. Okay. Nice. Tons of stuff on there as well. Like you can see, tons of different presets on there, which is cool. Baritone sax, and you've got the alto sax as well. Let's get that one on full, see what that sounds like. And again, we can control basically how this kind of sounds. So this one here. So you've got like a trill, or whatever they call it. Can I get down any lower than that? That's weird. Strange. Any further? Hang on. Octave down. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's slightly changing as I'm going up these red notes at the bottom. Clever. So it goes up, that goes down. Burn. So depending on what you were playing, you know, you could kind of articulate that if you knew the kind of notes that you needed to play with the sax, and you knew how to play, you know, different articulations of that. And as you're playing it, by the way, it does change on this box. I'm pointing at the screen like you can see it, but you can. Where it says alto sax full, next to that says staccatismo. So that's the kind of chopped sound that you hear. If we go to that one, it's half-step trill, so it's between those two notes. That's a whole step trill. Staccato. Again, it would help if you knew how to play it. So this is the Flutter Tongue. So it's somebody against the reed inside the saxophone mouthpiece. Let's try to articulate that right. So that's a full slow. That's a full fast. A doit. It says a doit. I can't read that. This is a doit slow. Dot fast. Oh, that's a scoop slow. So if like da 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 da, so it's going. Da 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 da. Do you know what I mean? That's a flip. That's a growl. Fantastic. Just hours and hours of fun. But we haven't got all hours. We've gone past 9 o'clock already. It's been an hour already. But you can see that there are tons and tons of these to explore. And we're going to be delving into some more of these next week. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. And I will let you know when that goes live, of course. And, of course, because the clocks have changed and all that kind of jazz, it's going to be like whatever time of day it is going to be. 8 till 8 p.m. UK time, GMT, but it will be BST as of the end of the month. Okay, just bear that in mind. So that's our kind of roundup of that. I'm going to leave that on there so we've got it for next time, but I will mute it currently because we don't need that on the song itself. So you can load up different instruments, you see, and you can mute the ones you don't actually want to play, because don't forget, those haven't got any MIDI notes lined up against them. whereas the bass one does that we're playing with. So that's pretty cool. Right, that is, like I say, about it. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you very much indeed if you've supported the channel by emailing hello@loveaudio.co.uk. You can also go to patreon.com/loveaudioproduction. There you'll find a podcasting downloadable PDF. So if you're looking to get into podcasting for the very first time, get yourself over to patreon.com/loveaudioproduction. Download the free PDF there. If you want to become a patron, you can do. Mr. Elo. Hello, Elo. Good grief. I've not seen you for ages, sir. How you doing? It's good to see you, and thanks for joining. You're joining me right at the end of the stream, which is a real shame, but I guess that's the kind of timing thing that's thingy at your end. We've been talking about Mai Tai tonight, but not the cocktail. We've been talking about the software that comes with Presonus Studio One 5.5 Pro. So if you missed it, then please do check out the replay. You'll see me messing around. Team Replay, yeah, absolutely. Hashtag Team Replay. Thank you very much, Dr. Elo. Thanks for joining the stream tonight, and thanks to everybody that's been chipping in. Man Cave Cam is, yeah, that's this one here. This is the behind the scenes thing with the ironing board, which should not be on screen. I do apologize. Really messy. Still in shot. No, it's all right. It's behind the scenes now. It's good. Okay, so it's gone. So yeah, this is the this is the man cave bit. Which was my dining room at one stage, and now it's gone. So yeah, thanks very much indeed to Rich Vibes for holding the fort and getting everything into ship shape and Bristol fashion. Hi to Ina, and also to Wit, who popped in a little earlier on, and you, if you are watching on the replay. My name is Paul Webber. Thanks so much for joining, and like I say, join us next time on the show, which will be 8 o'clock, either GMT or BST, whatever it might be, but do subscribe, and if you click the bell icon, you will be notified of when we do go live, so you won't miss a single episode. And like I say, next week we're going to be talking about that other synth, which I mentioned just now, which is called... What's it called? What did I bring in? What's it called? I can't remember what it's called now. Hang on. Presence. It's called Presence. The other one's Mai Tai. We did Mai Tai today. The new one that we're going to be looking at next week is called Presence. And again, it's built into the software, which is pretty cool. All right, so we're going to be looking at that next week. Let me save this song before it goes any further. Otherwise, there'll be hell to pay if I can't find that again next week. It'll be chaos. Right, so that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Take care. See you next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.